Welcome to another video where I answer your questions. Okay, so what you're looking at here is our swimming Facebook group, and it's totally free for you to join. Just click the link below and start taking action like the rest of us here. Yesterday I asked you to ask me anything you'd like about swimming, and I got some questions here which I will answer right now for you in this video, for being such a lovely member of our group. Okay, so here we go. First question, Mr. Ali, any recommended exercises for not getting tired faster? Big fan from Iraq. Thank you very much. When it comes to swimming, you just need to relax. I know it sounds simple, but it's true. The more you relax, the longer you can swim, and the more you tense up, the more you get tired. So I noticed that, for example, when I really pull hard with my front crawl or really go hard with my butterfly, I have to tense up my muscles and I have to tense up my core in order to go faster. And the result of that is that I burn out more quickly. So it's just like being at the gym. You can target 15 reps on the machine, but you have to use a really light weight to do that. Or you can target 1 rep on a machine, but you have to go full ham. Like, you got to go really heavy and you got to really exert yourself when you're doing the motion. So if you want to not get tired, do breaststroke. If you want to get tired, do butterfly. Any recommendations for avoiding water from entering to your nose during flip turns? Backstroke or immersions? Love your videos, Justin. Greets. Thank you very much. Here's the thing. When you're doing flips or front flips, flip turns, it's really hard to do a somersault when you're underwater. And when you're doing the somersault, you have to really blow harder with your mouth or nose as you're doing the turn, because you're basically going upside down with your body in a really fast motion. If you want to do the flip turn, which I don't recommend, then you have to blow twice as hard throughout your nose and mouth when you do the rotation. Alternatively, what I do recommend is doing reverse flip turns, so you don't have to do that process altogether. So I made a video about this, how to do the reverse flip turn on my channel. Just check it out. I'll put the link below. Decide which one you prefer. Next question, Sally, how to build stamina for longer swims? How to build stamina? It's kind of like how to run a marathon. How do you do a marathon if you've never done one? Well, you take baby steps. You start jogging outside in the morning on an empty stomach for like as long as you can, for however long, maybe 5 minutes. Then when you get tired, you start walking, you take a breather, and then you go at it again. You start jogging and see how far you can go the next round. You have to build it slowly and surely. And if you want to go for the longer swims, and I'm thinking you want to go for like 1 hour non-stop, then start with breaststroke, okay? Breaststroke is your friend for stamina. Front crawl is not your friend, okay? Front crawl it requires too much energy, too much motion, whereas breaststroke requires finesse, okay? And if you're not doing breaststroke for your long endurance swims, then start practicing it now. What type of exercises on dry land do you recommend to improve kicking? When you're front kicking, or well, you're back kicking too, you're doing one of two motions. You're kicking your leg out, or you're recoiling your leg back in. And the only two machines that mimic that on dry land are the quad machine and the hamstring machine. So the quad machine, you sit on it and you do leg curls, right? You stick your leg out, and then when you do a hamstring curl, it's the opposite. You lie down on that flat bench that we all hate, and then you gotta coil your legs back up to your butt. So when you're doing your leg curl, whether it's hamstring or quad, point your toes out as far as you can, and then try to put that cushion thing that you put on near your ankle. Try to put it near towards the further out of your feet. Put the setting on a light weight for the machine, and go for high reps. And when I say high reps, I'm talking about like 50 reps. Okay, that will give you like a simulation of what kicking in water is like. Okay, so good luck. How to avoid wrist injuries? Should you swim through it with the correct form or just wait until it goes away? Wrist injuries? I've never had wrist injuries when I swam. I've had wrist injuries on dry land when I went to the gym a lot, when I do handstands, for example. And the only reason I can see you doing or having wrist injuries is if you're bending your wrist too far in or out or away. Okay, like I said in earlier videos, when it comes to the catch or grabbing water, your hand and your forearm should act as one giant spoon. Okay, so if you don't want a spoon that's warped or anything, it should be straight and firm. Does swimming to hurt your ears? No, it does not. Here's where people get that idea. When they deep dive or they go down really deep down into the pool, that's when their ears pop. But if you're swimming seriously, like the rest of us doing laps, then you're swimming on the surface of the water, so you shouldn't have your ears hurt. And if ear gets in your water, people ask me, how do you get the water out of your ear, Justin? Well, it just takes time. Okay, you can shake your head back and forth for minutes and the water won't come out. It only comes out like an hour or two later when you're dry and like you're just resting, and then all of a sudden the water trickles out of your ear and then it unplugs. So let it be and let the water drain out naturally. When pulling on the front crawl, should you pull hard with your arms or stay relaxed? Like how much effort should you be used on each stroke? It depends on what kind of pull you want to accomplish. Just think of it as jogging, okay? You can do a light jog and you can do a hard sprint. So people usually do a light jog when they're front crawling at your local pool. It's pretty lazy, it's pretty relaxed, but they don't really go fast. Whereas if you watch like competitive swimmers on TV, they move really fast. Why? Because they have to get under a certain time, so they pull as hard as they can. So my recommendation is to experiment with both. Okay, do the relaxed pull and do the hard pull. All right, both of them are fine. Both of them have pros and cons. If you like sprinting and you can't stand jogging for an hour like I do, then you're gonna pull really hard with your front crawl. What can you do to learn how to prevent water getting up your nose? Also, can you recommend some good earplugs? Okay, no earplugs, no nose plugs. I've said it many times, you don't need those things. Why? Because if you depend on them, you will always rely on them for the rest of your swimming career, and you don't need that stuff. What if you were in a situation you had to save someone and they were drowning right in front of you out in the ocean, and you didn't have your earplugs or nose plugs? What are you gonna do? You're not gonna go in because you don't have those things? And then you're probably gonna say, oh, what about goggles? Well, you don't need goggles when you're swimming and saving someone, because you're gonna do head up front crawl. You've trained for that. So you don't need anybody or anything to save someone in the water. You just need to go and just use your skills. Now, when it comes to swimming or training, you do need goggles, you do need a good swim cap, and you need a good bathing suit. That's it. And a pack of gum to keep you entertained like I do. People always say, can you use nose plugs? Well, good luck, because you look stupid in it. You cut off one of two of your air supplies, and you're gonna lose it because it's gonna drop to the bottom of the pool. Same with your earplugs; they all fall out of your ear. What are you gonna do? You're gonna buy another one, and then buy another one, and then buy another one, and then buy another one. Just start practicing pulling water out of your mouth first, okay? All you beginners, you should be doing breathing techniques with your mouth only. Why? Because it's like juggling with two balls. If you don't know how to juggle, juggling with two balls is difficult. So what do? You juggle with one ball first, okay? The one ball is your mouth, okay? You breathe in and you breathe out with your mouth as a beginner. And then when you get advanced, then you start breathing in with your mouth, and then you breathe out with your nose, okay? So in the beginning, just pretend you have a cold. Imagine you have a cold, and you swim, okay? It's the same effect. I got a cold right now. Just talk like this when you're at the pool. How to swim for kilometers? Start practicing breaststroke, and yeah, don't push your muscles too hard, okay? It's a relaxing jog. It's not an intense sprint. Swimming is good to enhance lungs? Yes, of course. It's a cardiovascular exercise if you push yourself. A lot of people don't push themselves when they're swimming in the pool. Look at the pool. I was at the pool yesterday. What did I see? I saw a bunch of corpses or zombies swimming everywhere. And they think they're working out, and they look terrible, okay, is what I'm saying. People always ask me, ooh, am I going to get a great body if I swim? Am I going to lose weight? No, you won't, because if you swim like everyone else, like those zombies, it's going to take a long ass time. It's like, if I walk around my block every day, will I lose weight? Yeah, of course you will, but it'll take a long ass time. Whereas if you started sprinting and sweating and just like pushing as hard as you can, then yeah, you'll get to your goal much faster. But a lot of people don't push themselves when they swim. They go for the long, slow zombie game. How to be more relaxed during strokes. If you've been driving for a long time, driving is nothing. You can listen to the radio, you can talk to your friends, you can even text if you wanted to. Driving is nothing. Why? Because you've been doing it for so long, and when you drive, you're so relaxed. Whereas a student driver who's never driven before and has to take a driving test in order to get a license, look at how they drive. They're tense, their muscles are tense, their arms are tense, their feet are tense, and then after every driving session, their body is exhausted and they just crash on the couch or in the bed. So go to the pool 5 times a week minimum. Spend 1 or 2 hours in the water minimum. And then you'll be so relaxed because you treat it like your room. And same with the people that are scared of deep water. Just be in the environment. Expose yourself for long periods of time and you won't be so scared. Why am I really tired and exhausted? You are too tense. I can tell. When you're tense, you don't breathe naturally. When you're tense, your muscles get tired faster. When you're tense, your lungs don't get enough oxygen. So, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to, like I said, spend more time at the pool. You're not spending 5 days. I don't think you're going 5 times a week. I don't think you're spending 2 hours minimum in the water. I think you're just trying like 1 or 2 attempts and then you get scared and then you post this question, because I get this a lot. What you need to do is sign up for my 7-day swim course or get some sort of program going for you, and then practice doing the drills. Okay, if you're trying to do front crawl and you don't know how to do front kicking, you need to break it down, take a few steps back, and my program does that for you. So recently a 15-year-old boy died in a swimming pool in my city. So what are you gonna do? Are you going to just continue to be scared, or are you gonna take action? I took action, okay? I was scared of the water when I was really young, younger than you, and I could have just complained and posted questions online or saying, swimming is blah blah blah. Or you could have done something like me, okay? Take action, take lessons, be in the water, spend a lot of time in the water, get to know the water. The water is your friend. People who don't know how to swim, people who are drowning, what do? They tense up, they start sinking, and they start calling for help. And then once they start calling for help, their body tenses up more. Because imagine yourself shouting, help, help, help! Your body tenses up when you say it, don't you? Your mind goes into panic mode, doesn't it? These people that are drowning in water, they can't save themselves, all right? They have to rely on someone to throw them something at them, like a flotation device, in order for them to stay above the water. And that's what they all want. They want to stay above the water. They want their mouths away from the water. They want their necks away from the water, okay? It's very scary for a newbie. So don't be a newbie. Be an experienced swimmer. Now please make a video on flip turn for freestyle, breaststroke, effective waves. Sure, if you want. When should we eat before swimming and snack? Examples would be good. As I don't enjoy swimming. when I'm hungry. It's up to you. Our bodies are different. I noticed that when I eat a big meal full of meat, I don't swim very well. And if I don't eat anything, I don't swim well either. It's just like me going to the gym. I don't like going to the gym on an empty stomach. I don't know how some guys do that. That's torture. I eat a banana. And if I'm still hungry, I eat 2 bananas. And if I'm still hungry, I'll eat oatmeal. Okay? Oatmeal fills you up. Oatmeal's good for you. Freestyle phone call. I know I need to breathe while rotating to the left and right, but I never succeed in being able to get my head high enough. It's usually your body is not high enough. And that usually means your kicking is not hard enough. That's my assumption, but I don't know until you film your swimming. My forearms are really sore after swimming freestyle, while the rest of my body is relatively okay. Am I pulling the water too hard? Probably. If your forearms are too sore, then you're making your hand grip too tight, usually, because when you take your hand and you put your fingers together, you should just make a nice light cup. You don't need to bring your hands or fingers together tightly. You should feel it more in the cup of your hand than your forearms. The only reason that my forearms would be sore in water, which they never are, is if I'm just gripping my hand really tight. Next question. Hi Justin, greetings from India and a big applause for your tutorials. They're simply amazing. The videos are slowly and complicated at 48 years old. Snorkels do all the work for you. When you're snorkeling, you're usually where? You're usually in the ocean. And you're usually on a vacation. Okay? Those people are tourists. I'm not a tourist, I'm a swimmer, okay? I don't go to the pool in order to explore the deep bottom of my pool or to watch other swimmers underneath the water like a lot of perverts do when they wear those snorkel masks. So I don't wear those. I just wear my goggles, my swim cap, and my bathing suit, and I get my workout in and out. I'm out of the water. You need to stretch your lats, your back, because you're gonna use them a lot when you swim, okay? So the easiest stretch for your back is to hug yourself. Okay, take your both arms and wrap them around your back like a giant hug, and just do it several times. All right, and when you do it fast. Okay, so you just swing your arms into a hug and then swing them out. Okay, you see a lot of competitive swimmers do that before they get in the water. I just didn't. When I try to do breaststroke, my body sinks down a lot after completing the first stroke while my head goes back into the water after breathing. This makes me unable to execute the next stroke. Then I run out of breath instantly. Run out of breath? You rely on your arms to pull your head out of the water. So it looks like you're not pulling hard enough to get your head out of the water, clear of the water for you to take a breath. So start with your pulling. It's not strong enough, probably. You take a huge gulp of air, okay? Don't be like a little mouse and go, wee. No. Giant breath, okay? Make your mouth big. Take a big breath when you do your breaststroke. What to do when you have muscle cramp all of a sudden? I'm always afraid of this whenever. Okay, muscle cramps. Muscle cramps are usually because of dehydration. Okay, you're not drinking enough water. Drink tons of water, guys. When you're drinking water, drink Gatorade if you want. Drink water at the pool. A lot of people forget to bring water bottles to the pool for some reason. When you go to the gym, do you not bring a water bottle? It's the same feeling, right? Because your body's heating up as you swim, or if you work out in the gym, your body heats up. So you need water to cool down your system and hydrate your system at the same time. Same with swimming. You heat up when you're doing intense workouts. So bring a bottle of water to your swimming sessions and drink tons of it. Cramping is usually a result of poor stretching or not enough water. So work on those two first. Last question. How can I learn to tread water? First, you need to learn how to do the whip kick. And then when you can do the whip kick, you can do the egg beater. Because the egg beater is basically a whip kick divided into two parts. Okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to start working on your breaststroke first before you tread water. A lot of people ask me, how can I learn to tread water?
and they don't know how to do front crawl, they don't know how to do breaststroke, they don't even know how to do one lap of swimming yet. So there is an order of importance when it comes to swimming, guys. Treading water comes near the end. If you take my course, you notice that treading water is near the end of my course. Why? Because it requires you to learn the whip kick, and thus you can learn the egg beater, and thus you can add it to your treading water. I show you a video in my YouTube channel how I learned how to tread water. Okay, I'll put the link down below for you so you can check it out. Okay, so these are all the questions for today. Thank you for submitting them, and it's my pleasure to help you guys out since you guys are all members of this group. So if you want to learn how to swim, sign up for my online course here. Look at that beautiful logo, 7dayswim.co. Click the link below and you can get started on your swimming journey and join this group. Be part of people who are taking action here. Okay, because if you're sitting on your computer or sitting on your chair looking at this video, you're gonna click on another video and another video, and you're gonna get nowhere in your swimming journey. Okay, it only happens when you turn off your computer, get into the water, and start taking action like the rest of us, that you actually get things done. Okay, so get things done, baby, and I will see you next time. Bye.